Hello, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. A big welcome to our audience today from Ant and Alibaba ecosystem around the world. My name is Lin. I'm leading the 10 by 1000 Tech for Inclusion program at Ant. And I'm also the host of today's webinar. The goal of 10 by 1000 program is to support tech leaders in emerging markets to become drivers for advancing digital economy locally. Currently, our program shares Ant's knowledge and experience through live webinars, online courses, and on-site workshops. For all these three stages we have built, we also sincerely welcome you to come and share your valuable knowledge. We aim to build a mutually beneficial content sharing platform for fintech and digital economy practitioners globally. You can follow us on LinkedIn to find out more. Our webinar series usually focus on timely issues, and we aim to stimulate solution forming. Earlier this year, we have successfully delivered Season 1 webinars under the topic of In the Battle with COVID-19, and we had favorable reception from our audience. Under the prolonged pandemic situation, technology-driven solutions are more important than ever. Today, we would like to bring our focus back to the economy and start our Season 2 webinars with the topic of COVID-19 response. In the past few months, we have seen this instrument helped governments to distribute subsidies, provide financial aids to most needed people, and effectively boosted local economy. For example, in China, it triggered 1 billion users' purchasing behavior within a month. What is it and how? This evening, we will talk about how can digital coupons empower economic recovery. I'd like to introduce our 4 distinguished guests. Ignatius Ong, CEO of Touch and Go Digital Malaysia. Martha Sazong, President and CEO of Mint Philippines. And my colleague, Lei Shen, General Manager of Digital Life Collaboration. And Guo Ming, Head of Global Payment Partners from Ant Group. Guo Ming will also be today's moderator for panel discussion. They all led a great effort in rolling out digital coupons in different forms and delivered great success. Tonight, let's hear their first-hand stories from the business front lines. I will briefly walk through our agenda today. So we will start with Lei Shen to introduce Alipay digital coupon, and Ignatius will talk about Touch and Go digital coupon, and Martha will introduce Gcash practice on digital coupon. And Guo Ming will lead a panel discussion for 30 minutes, followed by 10 minutes QA. And then I will come back to conclude. Let's get started. Before Lei Shen starts sharing, I would like to play a video to show you how consumers use digital coupons on Alipay in Hangzhou.
What's up, everyone? Countries all over the world are giving their citizens subsidies, but China is doing something a little different. What exactly has the Chinese done to get so many people out and about? It's because they use these things called digital coupons. China has issued 5.6 billion yuan in digital coupons. But why digital coupons, you might ask?
因为发现金我们就存起来了呀，发优惠券我们才会去用啊。
So basically what he's saying, Chinese like to save money, but if they send digital coupons, they have to spend it. So how does China actually issue these coupons in the digital era? Well, they do it through online, e-commerce, digital, and e-wallets like Alipay. Internet penetration in China and mobile penetration is a lot stronger than other countries. Everyone in China, from little kids to senior citizens, all use their phone to do a lot of things. And it's for that reason that Hangzhou government decided to issue their coupons digitally on Alipay. In China's current stage, they have shifted from providing medical assistance to full economic recovery. For that reason, they are really concentrating on SMEs, small to medium-sized enterprises. They hope these coupons will provide SMEs the most assistance and support. Rather than save their money, people in China are spending their money thanks to these coupons. So I did my part to reignite Hangzhou's economy. Oh, well, 2杯美式咖啡. I spent 50 yuan on 2 cups of coffee and got 10 kuai back. That's the multiplier effect. For years now, digital technology has been rapidly changing China's business landscape and environment. It has brought more inclusiveness, not less.
Hello, everyone, and I'm Lei Shen, and the project manager of the Spring Bloom project, the internal name for the digital coupon in Alipay. And actually, after the COVID-19 virus under control, all different levels of the Chinese government have shifted their focus to boosting consumption. So here I just show several examples. For example, the Guangxi province, then they used around 900 million RMB to issue the digital coupon. And we also have the small district such as Xinzheng, they spend about 8 million RMB to issue their digital coupon to boost their consumption. And after 3 months effort, actually we covered the major provinces and the cities across China with our digital coupon. I would say that the success of the Spring Bloom project is not solely because of the Alipay. It actually is a joint effort, cross-build and cross-functional execution in Alibaba. So I would say it's a joint success across Alibaba. And basically, this is a short introduction about the digital coupon project of Alipay. I would like to share a video as a summary.
壮美广西3月3暖心生活节3月26号正式的开启了。今天0点起，自治区通过支付宝向消费者发放了消费券。日前，杭州宣布将陆续发放16.8亿元消费券。
佛山市4月1号首发。4月3号起，郑州市将向社会发放杭州将发放武汉市人民政府投放。福州呢是从城市开始发消费券，将会在明天上午2.75万张消费券。
消费券释放的红利，全国每周平均有将近100万商家在支付宝里新申请开通收钱码做生意，开启了数字化经营的第一步。
在消费券和5一小长假的双重刺激下，800万个小店今年的收入已经全面超过去年同期。
应该发这个专项的到小店去消费的这种。
我们计划在200座城市助力4000万家商家发放城市消费券。我们将引入数字化经营工具，让路边小店也有数字化的发券能力，提高收入。
单个门店自己来发优惠券的话，效果非常的单一，而且力量也很薄弱，所以我才想联合广大的商家一起来做这个螺蛳粉通用券联盟。
6月15日，支付宝将发放全国通用消费券，规模100亿，再小的店都能报名参与，享受数字化红利。
黄焖鸡米饭、沙县小吃、兰州拉面、过桥米线4家快餐小店，为了提高生意销量，想出了一种利用支付宝消费券抱团取暖的办法。
此前3个月，发过消费券的城市商家报名踊跃，到目前为止，成都的小店报名数量全国第一。
7月1号，全国消费券正式开抢，杭州消费者抢券手速最快。
7月2号，招商银行、交通银行、宁波银行补贴数千万参与全国消费券。
广大的小微企业和个体工商会又是在贴近居民生活的，一定要让他们得利，这样子呢，我们整个市场才会活起来。
7月12号，央视新闻参与了全国消费券发放，这是首次媒体加入消费券生态中。
全国消费券启动商家报名后，帮助小店报名的服务商成为紧缺人才，该行业至少涌现100万岗位缺口。
7月17号，全国消费券正式收官，17天中累计带动10亿客流涌入线下超1000万小店，帮助小店完成数字化转型。
My name is Ignatius. I'm with Touch and Go e-wallet. I'm with the TNG Digital Cinema that operates the Touch and Go e-wallets. Now, due to COVID-19 and the movement control order enforced by the government, started in about March this year, when we moved on to a more relaxed movement control order in about June, the government itself, led by the Ministry of Finance, needed to put in a stimulus package. This is to actually restart and revive the economy, especially particularly to the SMEs. So government being government, they can't be seen as biased. They've chosen 3 wallets, Touch and Go ourselves, of course with GrabPay and Boost. If you look at the upper left-hand quadrant, you will see that where we are. We dominated the scene by taking about 74% of the entire claimants during this initiative by the government. Why? Because apart from the 50 ringgit that the government actually put into the wallet as a distribution channel for the stimulus package, those who claim with Touch and Go e-wallet gets in excess of another 300 ringgit in e-vouchers. And these are vouchers that are relevant to our users during this pandemic period. So how did we do it? We needed to position ourselves clearly, differentiating ourselves from the other two guys, and the value proposition has to be very, very clear. And what we did was we first developed a smooth and seamless user experience for the claims, showing upfront the bundled e-vouchers they will obtain from us if they choose to claim with our wallet. And the relevant essential e-vouchers merchants were prominently displayed. So if you look at the bottom quadrant on the right, these are some of the top e-vouchers merchant partners that we worked with. Shell, petrol, which is essential. 7-Eleven is very, very important. That's where they are apparent. They are everywhere, at every corner in Malaysia, hence making it easy, convenient for users to redeem and spend the 50 ringgit at. We looked into F&B like Tea Life, Secret Recipe. And if you notice, we also have Legoland as well, because we know that once the relaxed movement control order is put in place, there's a pent-up demand of people, especially those with family, bringing their kids to Legoland and spend some time together. So with all this and with the e-vouchers that we have put in place hand in hand with the government ringgit Malaysia 50 that's given to our users, that gave us the resounding victory over the other two guys. So that is my short introduction to how e-vouchers has helped us and helped the economy, revive the economy and restart the economy, especially after the pandemic of it. So I will hand it over to Martha. Let me stop share. Thank you very much, guys.
Hello, everyone. I'm Martha Sazon from the Philippines, from the company Mint, the operator of the #1 e-wallet in the Philippines, GCash. I'm here to share with you the story of GCash and how it helped the government and the economy in the Philippines and how we've become at the forefront of the new normal. Okay, so GCash has been a lifeline to many Filipinos. We now have more than 26 million customers in our system. We've experienced 10x growth in MAU since 2017 and more than 500,000 merchants in our system. 1/3 of our base actually now are subscribed to financial services, and we are being used so much like a wallet, being used at least twice a day for financial transactions every day by our active users. We've experienced up to 1,000% transaction growth in a lot of our use cases, from GSave to pay bills to buy load. And we are currently tracking 1 trillion in annual gross transaction value. This has brought us into #1, an undisputed #1 in finance app. This is how we help the government. What happened in the Philippines is that the pandemic has caused lockdowns, which has limited the livelihood of a lot of Filipinos, affecting almost 5 million more Filipinos being jobless, and 25% of our merchants shutting down their businesses. This required the government to infuse financial aid to the citizens. Historically, the way they've given financial aid is via cash, which took them 2 years to get to the citizens. With the help of GCash, we were able to do it real time as soon as we got the data from the government. This is the reason why we were able to distribute around 16 billion pesos of financial aid to 2 million beneficiaries. So the challenge then was, how do we help consumers spend this, right, in a cashless way? We distributed also vouchers, or what we call coupons here. These were vouchers for supermarkets, for drugstores. But what was so effective was that the discounts and rebates that we offered for essentials like buying load. As we know in the Philippines, buying load or prepaid is 98% or 95% of the telco subscribers. So buy load was so popular, and the rebates that we offered there, they found very useful. We also gave discounts on pay bills, vouchers for pay bills, like for electricity and their telco bills. The other thing that helped our citizens is in terms of wealth management. We went beyond just couponing, but we also partnered with various financial institutions that gave our citizens up to 4% savings interest rate by partnering with CIMB. And now we've seen like almost 3 million new accounts in our GSave. We also provided credit to our business partners so that it could help in their capital for their businesses. So that's the short story for GCash and short intro. Thank you.
Yep, thank you, Martha. Thank you, Lei Shen, and thanks to IO for the sharing. If I can summarize what you say is, yes, the digital platform definitely helped the government and the people in the COVID-19, but in different ways and forms. And in China, it's a digital coupon. Malaysia, it's e-voucher, and the Philippines, it's cash. So may I understand why they go down in this way, and what's the background and the reasons behind that, behind that decision, if I may ask? May Lei Shen just go first? Why choose digital coupon in China?
Yeah,
why not cash?
Yeah, very good question. I would say that actually after the COVID-19 crisis in China, the major goal of the government is to try to boost the consumption. So actually they compare different vehicles, including not only digital coupon, but also cash. So actually, according to the study, different countries, they issue cash, right? For example, the US government, they use the cash, likewise coupon to boost their consumption. But the effect is questionable. So $1 only can bring back about $0.5 consumption. So back to 2009, actually, Hangzhou government, they issued the paper-based coupon, but the multiple is quite good. It's more than 5. So that's the reason why the government in China choose digital coupon instead of cash or other vehicle to boost the consumption. So they consider to encourage the people to go outside and do purchasing and to do the consumption with the coupon instead of using cash. Another reason is because the Chinese people prefer to saving money instead of spending. So if we deliver the cash to them, they would like to put the money back to the bank account instead of to go to the shop to do the shopping. So this is the consumer habit in China. So also another reason why the Chinese government want to choose digital coupon. The third reason is because we have the merchant coupon at the beginning, at first, several years back. Remember that this year we just have our 12th Double 11 consumption festival, right? Maybe 10 years ago, we already have the merchant coupon. So actually the consumer in China, they have the habit to use the digital coupon, no matter it's issued by the government or by the merchants. They want to use it. They will also want to get benefit from that. So that's the 3 major reasons why we choose the digital coupon. Back to you.
Yeah, thank you, Lei Shen. I think if I want to summarize, the key thing is the multiple result. $1 can drive $5. I think that is one thing, and I think another thing is we now have a platform with large traffic. I think and that facilitates everything. I think that the tech behind that is really a key. So IO, can you give more color on the background?
Okay. I think one of the reasons why the Malaysian government chose the distribution channel through e-wallet is it's efficient, it's fast. You know, if you were to actually distribute cash, you need to look at physical locations and the kind of checks that you need to go through. So we've done it a very, very efficient way where it's everything API through and the cross-validation. I think similar to what Lei Shen said, Malaysians, if you're going to give them cash and you do not control them, they'll put it into the bank. So what the Malaysian government has put into place as well, that there's a time frame to use that 50 ringgit that's given to them, failing which, because it's held in the e-wallet that is put in the trustee account with us, we will actually refund the money back to the government. Hence, there is an urgent need also for the users to spend the money. Now, how we came into play really, really strongly is also the fact that the government was looking at an e-wallet player like us who has strong relationships, thousands of merchant relationships that we have. And they know that we can actually actively channel the users to the right place to spend it in the right time and right place as well. So the focus has been always on essentials, food, F&B, groceries, even pharmaceutical and pharmacies as well. So hence, I think when we came in with the e-vouchers that in excess of 300 ringgit, the user sees the value in it, and the fact that because Touch 'n Go e-wallet was apparent in almost every location, the decision to choose us to claim and spend the money was quite apparent. So hence, I think one of the apart from the victory of us beating over the other two e-wallet competitors, is that we actually built a very, very strong relationship with the Ministry of Finance. And we are in the good books of the government. So I believe there's going to be, future stimulus package that's going to be announced. And I think we are well positioned to go in there. And I think the government has also seen the benefits of the e-vouchers that we have actually distributed to our users. And the redemption rate was actually quite good. So I think that's where the Malaysian portion came in. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, IO. I think one point raised by IO is very important, is the massive merchant network. And the merchant can understand the benefits to participate in this game with the issuance of the digital coupon. And the merchant can leverage that to get the users and pump up their business. I think this the merchant network is a must for digital coupon business to run forward. I think that is one thing very important for I take it from IO. Masa, please.
Well, the government opted to use cash disbursement in our case instead of coupons, as they felt it was still more relevant to the targeted beneficiary base of the low-income segment. There's really no money going around back then. And this was also definitely the most convenient and fastest way to provide aid without restricting where they can use it. So we were more like, I guess, backward. So the fact that it became cashless was already a big innovation in our country.
Yeah, I understand the cash will always be preferred. It's given the situation in Philippines, but I think it make a bigger progress for Filipino during the COVID-19 because it's their first time to touch the e-money. It's not a paper money in their hand, but it's an e-money received from a digital platform. Although it's still cash, not a voucher, but I think it's already a big step compared to before. I think it's good to say. Yeah,
you're right.
So,
you're
but
right.
the mindset change, it takes time, but the big step, I think it's just beginning of the big change. Leighton, let's be fair. If go back to 10, 15 years ago, let's look back in China. Were the China consumers really have the mindset and the behavior model to receive money on the digital platform and in the form of e-voucher, or what will you do as a consumer, or you still operate the platform? What will you do? Voucher, cash? What will your choice if go back to 10, 15 years ago?
Yeah, I would say that if I go back to 15 years ago, nobody used Alipay. Back to 15 years ago, but the consumer in China, they do use the paper-based merchant coupon. I still remember about 15 years ago, I went to the departmental store and they distribute the paper-based coupon, which means if you do the purchasing or do the consumption within the shop, you can use the coupon to redeem and get a benefit from that. So I would say that use coupon, the customer in China, they already had such kind of habit, even back to 15 years ago. So with the development of the Alipay, definitely the penetration of the digital cash or digital coupon increased year by year. Around 5 years ago, I still remember that we tried to establish our merchant coupon product. At that time, the merchant, they know that they want to use the digital coupon instead of the paper-based coupon. The reason why is because if you use the paper-based coupon, you can only distribute the coupon to the customer within the shop or very close to the shop. But if you use the digital coupon, you can leverage the traffic of the Alipay and other internet platform to reach the customer, which is a little bit far away from the shop, and use the benefit of the coupon to attract the customer to do the shopping within the shop. That's the reason, that's the primary goal of the digital coupon from the merchant side. So I would say we already have the coupon mindset back to 15 years ago. And then we already have the merchant coupon about 5 years ago, and we can distribute it to the customer 5 years ago with Alipay. And this year, we use almost a similar technology to distribute the coupon.
Yeah, I think, compared to 15 years ago, of course, nobody knows Alipay. But if looking to Philippines, GCash right now, I think the people's mindset and behavior model has been changed quite a lot during the COVID-19, especially driven by the digital e-money. I think that it's a good thing. It's a big step. I have a question for IO. IO mentioned TNGD working together with Malaysian government. As I can see, the government always set up a timeline for this event, the e-Perjana, and meanwhile it's under COVID-19 office lockdown, and the people, they're waiting for the subsidies from the government. So, any memorable stories you can share with us during this period?
Yeah, well, again, like I say, 2020 has been a phenomenal year, a weird one at best as well. I think there was a urgency for the government to push the money out to the users, to the population, as the more deserving one as well. And because of the fact that there was a short time frame when the announcement came to the 3 e-wallets to participate in the e-Penjana, we didn't really have much time. We have actually less than 2 months to actually develop from a technology standpoint, and less than 2 months to actually start talking to all of our, well, at least a big chunk of our merchant partners to get them on board. So, and all these are done, well, not face-to-face, right? Development of our home screens, our flow, putting in the vouchers are all done virtually. And the other thing is hard also is talking to our merchants, all done virtually, and getting them to, we have one merchant, like, for example, Legoland, has given 15 million vouchers, each voucher worth about 250 ringgit. So it was a very, very arduous effort, and I have to give credit to my product team, my tech team, my commercial team to have actually stayed the course, And the fact is also when we're working with the so-called new government, when the e-Penjana was done, there was also a bit of change of directions even up to the last minute. So and that's where the technology team was able to pivot and change and adapt to make sure that we comply to the new requirements that goes along. So I still remember it went all the way up to about 15 days before we actually did the rollout. There was another change into the requirements. Originally, it was supposed to be distributed 10 ringgit each 5 times. Then it was switched back to a lump sum. And then that's where we actually also have to and complement it with our e-vouchers. So yeah, memorable. There are tears, there are bloods, quite a few arguments as well. But I think we came out strong and we won the war. And I think the public actually benefited out of it. I think that's what makes us feel that whatever we have done is all worthwhile.
Yeah, thank you, IO. Martha, what's the biggest challenge you have in the launch of this e-money service to the people for the government? Can you share with us?
Yeah, well, the biggest challenge that we encountered is the lack of documentation. Philippines doesn't have a national ID system yet, so it's KYC and the getting the right data from the government, and so we even helped them verify data. So actually, that's where GCash was able to help the government a lot, and the government relied on us. Among the total disbursement of the government to the citizens, GCash got 36% of the total disbursement. So that's why we were able to help them. On the digital coupon, again, as I said, the government opted digital cash a disbursement to make it more flexible. But what we also noticed after that, first of all, not a lot of people withdrew money from our system, so they're now getting used to the cashless way. And and in the recent months after that, we've seen businesses start digital coupons. One of the popular ones that are being distributed now, because our healthcare system is also problematic in a way, insurance companies are actually giving away coupons, like 1 month or 1 year insurance that cover health insurance that cover COVID and also dengue, and recently and in the next 2 weeks, we're also going to implement digital coupon on healthcare, like 1 year unlimited doctor consultation, virtual doctor consultation. So things are evolving, and we see people are adopting digital coupons in our country.
Yeah, thank you, Martha. Thanks a lot. Thank you for the sharing. And another question I'd like to ask Martha in IO. What's your observation during this e-money and the e-voucher event? How people's mindset has been changed in Malaysia and the Philippines, and their behavior and their acceptance of the e-money and e-voucher from the online platform how they think about this value? Can you share with us, Martha?
Yeah, I think people are more and more open to using mobile wallets, which is really great news. Considering that the Philippines is a cash-heavy country. In fact, bank penetration in the Philippines is only 30%. But we've seen 10x MAU growth versus 2017. GCash is used twice a day for financial transactions. In fact, GCash is now ahead of the global apps like the social media apps and the entertainment apps like Twitter, TikTok, Netflix. And not only that, last week we experienced the big typhoon, and a lot of people. Now we were seeing that GCash has become very viral because the crowd themselves, the population themselves, has used GCash as our like nationwide official donation vehicle. So we've trended on Twitter last week because people were talking about, even celebrities were pushing for GCash as a channel for donation. So even the regulators are very happy for BSP reaching the 2020 goal of 20% total transaction as done electronically. That was their target supposed to be for next year. They've reached it now, so they're very happy and they've adjusted it up. On BIR, we have on the income tax collection, or Bureau of Internal Revenue, we helped them collect tax so that this year, 70% of the tax collections were done electronically and via e-wallets. And that happened in the first half. And people are saying that they value the cashless way because of safety. It's also convenient. It's transparent. And also the introduction to financial services. So we're helping on the financial literacy front. And what's good is that bulk of these people who are being educated are the young ones. It's the future of our country who are getting more and more educated and who are thinking in a more advanced way. Even the businesses themselves, this has become like a starter kit for them with the cashless payment acceptance and e-load or pay bills for livelihood.
Thank you for all our guests for the valuable sharing.
Thanks for the rich discussion. We're all inspired by your spirit. And congratulations on the fantastic results. As we speak, another 2,000 people are watching us live. I don't want to delay any further. There are many questions waiting for us already. So let's jump right into the QA session. The first question is from Ant Global Pay Group, Fernandez Diego. The question is, what have been the key success factors in involving merchants in this initiative? Guoming, you think all three guests can briefly address this question?
I think the IO, you would like to take this question?
Yes. I think success breeds success. So when we run the first campaign and the merchant gets and participates into it, I think it's all about making sure that the merchant, the e-vouchers that's been used is redeemed on them, and they can see that there's an uptake with regards to their top line revenue or their sales volume. I think those are some of the key tangible things that a merchant will need to see before they come back and say, hey, you know what, we're going to do it again, over and over again, and maybe how we can enhance the experience or how the journey is going to be improved upon. So again, it's all about making sure that when we do something, we need to ensure that it's going to be, we will realize it, you know. Without that, it's going to be hard to get them to come back to the door. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay, thank you. Actually, this person has another follow-up questions. Is for Leishan. What was the utilization rate of digital coupon in China at the beginning? And is there any change in consumer habits over the time in using coupons?
Actually, the redemption rate of the coupon itself doesn't depend on the phase of the digital coupon. It depends on the discount level of the coupon. For example, we issued the digital coupon with Hangzhou in March, or the very beginning of the project. Actually, the government offered a 25% discount with the coupon. Actually, the redemption rate is very good. It's around 70 to 80%. It's very high. And several governments also issue the coupon, but just because of discount, it's not that attractive. Maybe only 15% discount or 10% discount. But with that kind of digital coupon, actually the redemption rate is much lower compared with the coupon in Hangzhou. So first of all, I would say that it depends on the discount level. Secondly, it depends on how many industries can be covered by the coupon. I still want to use Hangzhou as an example. In the phase 1 of the digital coupon of Hangzhou, they issued a coupon that can be used across all different industries. You can use the coupon to add gas in the gas station. You can also use the coupon to pay the utilization fee. And you can also use the coupon to do the grocery shopping. With that kind of industry coverage, the direct result of the utilization rate is 70 to 80%. But another example is the second phase of the Zhengzhou digital coupon. They restricted the utilization range to car industry or the automobile industry. With that kind of limitation of the industry, actually the redemption rate is very low. So I would say the second reason to affect the coupon is the range of the industry that can be covered by the coupon. Okay. Another question that the change of the consumer habit over the time in using coupon. I would say at the beginning, not many people know that the government issued digital coupon. I would like to use Hangzhou as an example again. I still remember the phase 1 digital coupon issuing process. Actually, that used about 30 minutes to distribute about 2 million coupons to the citizens, to the residents in Hangzhou. But at time passing, so in the phase 2, since more people know that the Hangzhou government, they issued the digital coupon, only within 150 seconds, they delivered 3 million digital coupons. So we can see that actually with the effort of the government and the Alipay, more and more people, they know the IP of the digital coupon. So when they see a digital coupon, they know that the digital coupon can be used to get the discount in different industries in different regions. So this is the only change that I noticed within the digital coupon project. Yeah, that's pretty much that I want to share. Yeah.
Thanks, Leishan. I think we still just have time for one more question. And this last question is from our colleague from Singapore, Betty. Betty is asking, in Malaysia and the Philippines, do you see opportunities for digital coupon to be used for the service sector? For example, education, job upskilling, etc., in addition to retail and FMCG industries?
I mentioned earlier in the Philippines, that one of the coupons that will soon be distributed via GCash. There's around so there's this Consulta MD. It's a company that provides doctor consultation online. They're giving away 50 million worth of digital coupons via GCash. So that's service. So that's like it's not an insurance, but it's a healthcare service, and that's being given away for free. So I imagine the company wants a massive trial, and therefore, so to make people try their product, they're giving away the coupons, and then hopefully people get happy with the service and they will buy later on.
Yeah, I think just to add on to it, again, I think the e-voucher or the coupon, in terms of its flexibility, I think the sky is the limit. We are already talking to a couple of universities, tertiary education establishments, to see how we can come in to help them with regards to, let's say, entry level tuition fees kind of coupons that knocked it off. We are also, working quite close with a couple of utilities companies, telco companies as well, to see how the coupons can come into, especially to get one user to jump ship to another telco as well. So again, I think it works more or less same way as how the retail e-coupon would have actually worked. And I think with a bit of innovation and a little bit of creativity, I believe anything can be done. on the e-coupon platform itself.
I think we're truly running out of time. We'll have to conclude here. Thanks for all the great questions. Indeed, we're looking forward to seeing more digital coupons to be distributed in more countries, boosting their local economies, to benefit more businesses, especially SMEs, and to help emerging markets to progress on their digital transformation. Before we end this, I would like to give all panelists a chance to say one sentence that they would like the audience to remember out of today's webinar. Let's go in order. Guoming, you want to go first?
Yeah, I think I would like to summarize a digital coupon is just the start, but the digital lifestyle is really the future.
IO?
Sure. Let me try. Digital acceptance and contactless payments have proven that Malaysia is a truly future-ready nation. I think that one sentence summarize the digital space for us here in Malaysia.
Martha?
Well, digitalization is a great equalizer, and we think that this is a great help. This is the best time to bring to life our vision of finance for all with GCash, making everyday lives better.
And Leishan.
Okay, let's keep busy and let's make better lives for all. In Chinese, 让我们忙起来，大家好起来。
Great. Thanks for the great vision. And we all get energized and encouraged. I'd like to thank our dearest guests again, Ignatius, Martha, Guoming, and Leishan, for your great sharing and insights. We all learned a lot. And also, I would like to thank our partners. Most of all, I'd like to thank all the audience for your enthusiasm. Our next webinar is coming up soon. I welcome you all to scan the QR code. Stay tuned on LinkedIn and hope to see you again soon. Let's all say goodbye on the screen. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.